Gus, good evening Nigeria, good evening world, good evening to you wherever you're listening to or watching me from. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM and you're listening to another episode of The Recap right here on the number one station that gives you a voice. My name is Chioma Innocent, and on today's episode of The Recap, we'll be talking about issues that made major headlines during the week. And I'm not alone. With me to the analysis, I have Mr. Peter Anosike, and I'll be introducing him to you very, very soon. Welcome to The Recap. This is that program where we talk about issues that trended during the week. We try to analyze it. We try to see the sense in it. We try to see the reasons why these things happen. And of course, at some point in the conversation, the phone lines are open so that you can as well share your opinion. Okay, we're Voice of the People, and we are here to make sure that you have a voice. So now you have a voice, and very soon we would want to hear that voice of yours. That would be at exactly top of the hour, 5 p.m. So yes, right about now, let me take you through a brief rundown of the several issues we'll be discussing today. First up, we want to look at the issue of the House of Reps committee recommending the acquisition of a new aircraft for President Tinubu and Vice President Shettima. Now, the committee's recommendation was contained in a report which was released after its investigation into the status of the aircraft in the presidential air fleet. They are saying they have a strong and informed opinion that the structure of the Nigerian Federation is fragile, and recognizing the dark consequences of any foreseen or unforeseen mishap that may arise as a result of technical or operational inadequacy of the presidential air fleet. It is in the best interest of the country to procure 2 additional aircraft as recommended. Now, this is according to the House of Reps committee report. Yes, in May, you recall that the House of Reps mandated the committee to conduct what it's called a comprehensive investigation into the presidential aircraft, then the presidential fleet, and to ascertain their airworthiness and technical status. What they're saying is the president needs another conveyance in the form of a different presidential jet or airplane, right? So that the one that he's using now does not experience any technical or operational inadequacy. We'll be talking about this as the program progresses. And we'll be talking about APC Chieftain Salihu Lukman leaving the party and saying he did that because he believes that the party cannot win elections except through rigging. That'll be our second topic. We'll also be looking at Emefiele's trial, where former President Muhammadu Buhari's approval for Naira redesign was admitted as an exhibit this week. And the regional government will break Nigeria and empower governors. This is according to Primate Ayodele, leader of Henry Evangelical Spiritual Church, saying that the regional government will break the unity of Nigeria. He's saying it will weaken the federal government, it will paralyze the local government, it will place too much powers in the hands of regional leaders who are governors. We will also be looking at the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, on Tuesday this week, saying Nigerians enjoy the cheapest electricity in sub-Saharan Africa. And finally, we'll be going to Anambra State, where Governor Soludo has said if you share the monthly revenue of the state, and nobody will get up to 2,500 naira. This was when he spoke on the platform program by Lagos-based Church Covenant Nation to mark the 2024 Democracy Day on Wednesday. He said he shares the pains of Nigerians in these challenging times, but the solution is not to share money. This and more we'll be discussing as the program progresses. You're listening to The Recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. If you're just joining us, you are welcome. Fasten your seatbelts rather. It promises to be an enlightening, educative, informative ride. Stay with me. All right, it's time for me to introduce my guest today. You know him, some of you love him, and some of you feel the other way. Right. His name is Mr. Peter Anoske. He's a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and a best-selling author. He's the author of Dangote's The 10 Commandments and Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by the Wall Street Journal. And here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by the Small and Medium-Scale Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDIAN, a federal government agency in charge of small and medium-scale businesses in Nigeria. And he'll be joining us today to dissect topics on the recap. Welcome to the recap, Mr. Anoske. Good evening and happy weekend.
Same to you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Let's begin with the very first topic, which is the House of Reps Committee on National Security and Intelligence asking the federal government to purchase new aircraft for President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Shettima. They're basically saying they do not trust the airworthiness of the aircraft and the current aircraft in the presidential air fleet, and they think there should be a change. I want to cast your mind back to the beginning of this administration, you know, when the federal government spent, was it about 5 billion on a boat, on a yacht, on a presidential yacht? So if the aircraft is not working, why not, use the yacht, right? Why purchase another one? Is this the best thing that can be done now? Of course, we all Nigerians want the president to be okay. We want him to have the best. But yes, is this the best thing for the country as at this point?
Well, the so-called committee started wrongly by saying that they understand that the structure of the country is very fragile. So they started wrongly. But the truth is that we have a constitution. We have a constitution, and the constitution states what should be done. Nobody is praying for the death of anybody or for incapacitation of anybody. Mm-hmm. But may his soul rest in peace. Musa Yar'Adua died while in office, and the power was transmitted to Goodluck Jonathan. There wasn't any constitutional breach. But my concern is this order that 2 presidential jets should be bought for the president and the vice president. These are people that are telling us there's no money in the country, that we should tighten our belt. Under Buhari, we were told that Buhari said that he's going to sell some of the jets in the presidential distance. None was sold. Understand? None was sold. Then, when the Argentina economy was in a mess, when the president came on board, what he did was to sell 3 of their presidential jets in Argentina and begin to travel commercial, not even business. Understand me? Not even business. The president of Argentina came in because their economy was in a mess. He sold the Argentine presidential jets to raise money for his country. Understand me? The president of Argentina, he sold their jets to raise money for the country. But now, these people are now... But the economy of Argentina is better than that of Nigeria. But what these people are now saying is that they should buy with immediate effect 2 presidential jets for the people that have told us that we should endure the pain that we are going through. For the people that have promised to reduce the cost of governance. For the people that is telling Nigerians to endure. You are asking for presidential jets. Okay, if you want presidential jets, why don't you sell the ones that you already have? And then maybe you use the money and buy, assuming that they has gone beyond the repair. Why don't you sell it and get money and buy new ones if you must buy? You understand me? So these people, they don't practice what they preach. That's what annoys me most of the time.
But they are saying that the aircraft in presidential fleets, they are not exactly airworthy, so sell it.
There must be people that need it and they will maintain it. Understand me? There must be people that look. Some Boeing in the world today are 30 years, 35 years, and so on and so forth. Understand me? All they do is to maintain. But if it's not airworthy, sell the ones that you have now, understand me, raise money and buy new one. So you are now keeping those ones that are not airworthy and buying other ones. What will those ones be doing? Understand me? And instance, let me bring it down. You are saying that your cars are giving you problems, and you now want to buy a new one, and those the old ones that are giving you problems are still there. What are they doing there? Occupying space. Understand? It doesn't make sense. So for me, APC is not ready to govern this country. They are not ready to govern because they have not shown that real seriousness. You are people that are going to bed without food, and what you are asking is for presidential jets for the president. So this is a very big embarrassment that they should be talking about this. Why most Nigerians are going to bed or without food,
rather than spending money on buying presidential aircraft.
There are far more important things than those presidential aircraft. Our president, nothing will. His position will not come down if he travel first class in a different airline. Understand me? It will not remove a P from the word president. Understand me? So if you want people to bear with you, you have to lead by example. You cannot be having party and tell others to starve. It doesn't make sense. Understand me? It does not make sense. So I don't think if buying presidential jets is what we need at the moment.
As far as you're concerned, it is a waste of the country's scarce resources.
I say if the presidential jets are bad, understand, they should sell them, even as a scrap, raise money and buy new ones, and not borrowing money or going into our meager revenue and buy jets. That's my argument. Understand me? If the presidential jets are bad, they have about 19 presidential jets there. What are they doing there? Occupying space. If they are not airworthy, they should find a way and sell them, raise money and buy another one instead of going to our ports, because they are complaining that there's no money in the country. You cannot be saying that there's no money, that the people should endure while you are buying presidential jets. What sense does it make? So that's my concern. But the truth is that these people in the National Assembly are not feeling what the Nigerian masses are feeling.
And you feel that's why they can make this kind of decisions?
That's why they are making this kind of decisions.
Regardless of their concerns, it's not a good enough reason for you.
They don't care what other Nigerians, they are not going through what other Nigerians are going through. If they are going through that, they will not be making this demands. I say the president of Argentina sold their 3 presidential jets. Understand me? To raise money for his country, and the economy of Argentina is better than that of our own.
So these are things that the Nigerian government should emulate.
Well, all they can emulate is the bad things that are happening in the other countries. They don't emulate the good ones. Understand me? Example, when during the June 12th, when Tinubu fell down, Bayo Ononuga say it's no big deal. After all, Obama has funding. After all, Biden has funding. But Bayo Ononuga had not told Nigerians, not with state money. So all they know what to copy is the bad things.
You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We're talking issues that made the major headlines during the week, and the voice you've been hearing belongs to Mr. Peter Anosike. We have been talking about the House of Reps Committee, talking about buying a new presidential jet for the president and the vice president, saying the ones they have now may experience technical or operational inadequacy. Let's move on the recap this evening. We cannot win next election except through rigging. Former APC chieftain says the federal government is implementing policies that have eroded the value of Nigerian citizens' incomes. Now, a chieftain of the ruling APC, who has now left the party and former national vice chairman of the northwest of the party, Dr. Salihu Lukman, stated this on Democracy Day. He said the popular saying in the country now is that President Bola Tinubu is a one-term president. Is that really the case? Well, Lukman wrote a letter to selected APC leaders titled "The APC and the Future of Nigerian Democracy." He warned that the country will be lucky to get to 2027 without witnessing upheavals. My major takeaway from the letter he wrote and from the statement he made is that he does not see the APC or the current government actually moving Nigerians forward, as most of the policies have actually made it more difficult for Nigerians. I would like to get your take on this, Mr. Peter Anosike, and I want you to have it at the back of your mind. This is someone who has defected from the party. Could there be other underlying issues or other reasons? But this is one that will be mostly or easily accepted by Nigerians, and that's why he's giving it. Or would you say he has seen the light, quote unquote?
Well, for me, he left APC one to start with. I'm not, I have no sympathy for APC as a party. Understand? I have no sympathy for APC as a political organization. So, he left the party out of frustration. Maybe it is not what he is expecting that he is saying, which is what he stated in the letter that he wrote. Understand? But the truth is that what we are seeing in Nigeria is the hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob. That's what we are seeing in the country. The voice of Esau, but the hand of Jacob. What do I mean? Tinubu is ruling Nigeria with IMF policies and World Bank policies. And these are anti-African policies. Because World Bank and IMF does not mean good for Africa. Understand? World Bank and IMF does not mean good for Africa. So any leader that is using IMF policies on Africa is a hater of his people. Because those policies will never make their countrymen and women to live well. I have said it on this program that the president of the head of state of Burkina Faso, Traoré, rejected a note from IMF. Understand me? He said, IMF, I don't want your loan, go with your loan. I want to develop my country with the resources in our country. This is somebody who means well for his people. Because IMF is not a charity organization. World Bank is not a charity organization. These are agencies that have been set to recolonize Africa. And they are doing just that. IMF, what they are saying is remove subsidy. But in America, they are subsidizing things. Understand me? So in the Western world, the policies of IMF benefit them. But in Africa, it works against us. And that's the policy that Tinubu is using. And that's why, if he continues with these policies, Nigeria will be worse off. Understand me? When I was doing a program on Monday with Jude, it should be somebody called no, it should be on Thursday, that they bought a tuber of yam for 10,000 naira.
One tuber.
One tuber. Understand me? For 10,000 naira a tuber. Now, beans is no more affordable. Before, people were seeing beans as poor people's food. But who can buy beans at this point in time? Rice is not affordable, understand me? Even a gari. So, what he sees or what he says to me is a reality. Because there's a limit to human endurance. They say that somebody who is on the ground does not need to fear fall anymore. So Nigerians are already on the ground. Understand me? You cannot begin to threaten them. Understand? So there's a limit to human endurance. That's why he said that if care is not taken, we may not get up to 2027 and there will be a very big mayhem. Because Nigerians are being pushed to the wall on a daily basis because of the high cost of things in the market. Understand? They say that they celebrated 25 years of democracy. And for me, I said that Nigeria democracy is government of the politicians, by the politicians and for the politicians. Because it is only them that have benefited from this democracy. Now, they are danding. A Nigerian worker will have to work for more than 2 months to buy a bag of rice. A Nigerian worker will have to work for more than 2 months just to buy a bag of rice. Understand? So, for me, what he did is a clear call on the president and those and the other people around him to start working, because for me, they are still perambulating.
Talking about this being a clarion call, this is a member of the ruling party who is left and has all these things to say. Would you expect the presidency of the federal government to actually take a cue from him? And would you expect other people in the party to also do the same, like go the same route he has gone?
They are not a transparent party. Understand me? They are not transparent. They are not sincere. Understand me? This is a party that was formed on propaganda. Understand me? So everybody knew that what he said is true. Everybody know that what he said is true. Everybody is feeling it. Understand? Because there's no separate market for members of the PDP, Labour Party, and maybe NNPP. Understand me? Everybody is going to that same market. Everybody is buying the same from the same filling stations. They don't have their own separate filling stations. They don't have their own separate markets. Understand? But they live in denial. They see that things are going wrong. Instead of saying, yes, things are going wrong, let us change and begin to do things in a different way. They don't want to do it. Okay, they talked about implementing an Orosonia report. But we also heard that Tinubu want to create more ministries. You want to cut the cost of governance through Orosonia report. You still want to create more ministries. Understand me? So you can see that these people, they have two mouths. They speak from both sides of the mouth. As I said, what the guy said is a reality. To me, he did not talk as a politician. He spoke like a statesman, somebody who means well for this country. But one thing with Nigerians, we hate criticisms. When you criticize them, they will say you are a member of the opposition, you are a winner, you don't mean well for the country. But in other countries of the world, they value criticism because criticism makes you to do well. Criticism puts you on your toes. But here, when you criticize their government, they say you are in the opposition. You are PDP, you are Labour Party, understand? That's what you are criticizing. But the people that are saying this are still suffering what you, who is criticizing, is also suffering. As I said, APC don't have their own separate market anywhere. They don't have their own separate filling station anywhere. What the other members of, and hunger does not belong to any political party. Understand me? Hunger does not rest in anybody's home. It cuts across. So everybody is suffering the bad governance in the country. So for me, what you said is true. They should begin to work on that.
You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. If you're just joining us, you've missed quite a bit, but tell a friend that the recap is now playing on your airwaves. You can find us on YouTube at VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. Just type that into your search bar and you can get to watch us live from anywhere in the world. So in case you cannot you're not in Lagos and you can listen to us via the radio frequency, just type that into your search bar on YouTube or VOP 903 FM and you can get to watch and listen to us effectively with no problems, provided the network in your area is really, really good. We've been talking about several different issues today. First is the House of Reps committee saying they want to buy new jets for the president and the vice president, and also we just spoke about the issue of an APC chieftain who has now left the party, saying the party cannot win elections without rigging and it's taking Nigeria backwards, and that's his reason for leaving. Well, now moving on to our next topic, MFLA's trial. Buhari's approval for Naira redesign admitted as exhibits. Approval of former President Muhammad Buhari for the redesign of Nigeria's Naira was on Tuesday tendered and admitted as exhibits before the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja. The approval, which came from the State House and was personally signed by the former president, was conveyed to the CBN under Godwin Emefiele as governor to proceed with the project of redesigning and printing of the currency. The chief of staff to the former president was said to have transmitted the written presidential approval to the CBN. Now, also tendered and admitted as exhibits were samples of the redesigned currency as approved by the former president as well. We know that a former director of currency operations at the CBN claimed that Emefiele did his own thing with the Naira redesign, that he did not follow the instructions given by the former president. That is not to say that the former president did not approve the design, but Emefiele did not go according to the way that the former president said he should have done it. The numbering was wrong, the placement of the picture was wrong, but that's not what Nigerians are talking about, because that's not what impacted them. What impacted Nigerians was the decision to change the Naira at all. Now, under cross-examination, counsel to Emefiele admitted that Buhari actually approved the Naira redesign. He admitted that in December 2023, Buhari publicly launched the redesigned Naira currency for the use of Nigerians as legal tender. If what the instructions Buhari gave was not what Emefiele followed, how come he publicly launched and lauded the redesigned Naira currency for Nigerians to use as legal tender?
Well, for me, I said it, I have said it over and over. To start again, I'm not a fan of Emir Fende. Understand? No, I'm not a fan of Emir Fende. Understand? Because he never benefited his people with his position as CBN governor. Understand? When Sanusi was the CBN governor, there was a fire outbreak in Kanu. Sanusi donated 100 million naira CBN money to Kanu State. Understand me?
But if we were to digress a little bit for about a minute, isn't this the same thing that we always complain about when we come to tribal politics and regionalization, when it comes to politics? Because you're saying he never used his position to benefit his people, and that's why you are not his fan. But yet we talk against that and say, oh, you should impact the life of Nigerians. It shouldn't just be people from your tribe or from your region.
One, God gives you power or puts you in a position to benefit others. Understand me? To benefit others. If a Emefiele goes to his village today, he will be a very known person. Understand me? I say Sanusi as a governor, there was a fire outbreak in Kanu. As a CBN governor, he donated 100 million CBN money to Kanu State. Understand? Emefiele never give Delta people 1 million for his 9 years in office. Understand me? So why must I be his fan? Understand me? Why must I be his fan? So when I talk reality. Understand? I talk reality, no matter whose ox is God. So, but I also say that Emefiele is being used as a scapegoat. Understand me? He is being used as a scapegoat because he is geographically disadvantaged. If Emefiele is from the north, what is happening now would not have been happening. Understand? He would have been in his house like Hadiza Sirika and Omar Farouk. Understand me? These are people who committed heinous offense under Buhari. Understand me? They are accusing Emefiele of being the architect of the new Naira notes. Understand me? But now it has been, and I said that there's no way this guy can go and print new Naira notes without the authority of the president. He can never do that. He can never do that. But the truth is coming out now. Understand? Which is a good one. That he was just obeying orders. That it was the president that approved the printing of the new Naira note, not Emefiele. Then why are you crucifying him for obeying orders? Understand me? So what is happening now is happening because he is from a disadvantaged geographical zone. Understand? Then Buhari gave the order through the chief of staff, and he cannot say no. For him to say no means to resign from that position. So he must do it. You cannot resign on the president. It doesn't happen anywhere. For those who knows what government is on about, you cannot resign on the president. He will mess you up. As you are resigning, security officers are picking you up immediately. So Emefiele has no power to say, I will not print it. So it was an order from the president that he obeyed. Then after printing, the president launched it. Understand me? So those who are saying that the picture was not put where Buhari is a Buhari an artist. Understand me? Is Buhari and has he ever done artwork since he was born? Eh? Has Buhari ever done artwork since he was born? So saying that he did not put that the picture where Buhari put it does not make any meaning. The fact is that Buhari ordered the printing of the new Naira notes. So if they say that it is against Bodame Tinubu, then they should go and pick Buhari up. Emefiele just obeyed orders. And for those who are saying that he didn't put picture where Buhari wanted the picture to be, Buhari did not complain. If it was not according to Buhari's design, Buhari should have, this is not what I told you, therefore I will not launch it. But he went ahead and launched it, which means he approved it. He is satisfied with it. So the truth is coming out, understand? And it will continue that to come out. Emefiele is being used as as a scapegoat. I've been saying it and I'll continue to say it. Emefiele is a victim of witch hunt.
By whom?
By the presidency. By the presidency. Because these guys are just scrambling, looking for who to hold as the cause of their failure.
For what
That's
reason?
all.
I mean, the president is already in power. So for what reason? Why would they be witch hunting Emefiele?
They are looking for who to hold responsible for their failures. Before, they have said it's the BDC, Bureau de Change. Understand? What at the end of the day, what happened? From Bureau de Change, they say it is the Binance company, Binance executive. Either Monday or Tuesday today, what happened? Understand me? So yesterday being Friday, Naira or depreciated. So they are just looking for where that to hold hand as the reason why they were funded. Because Buhari for 8 years were calling Jonathan as the reason why he cannot move the country forward. Now it's APC that has succeeded APC. Tinubu cannot con Buhari.
So if Emefiele is being tagged as the reason for the economic instability in the country.
Emefiele is being used as a scapegoat. The way Bureau or the Change was used, the way Binance executive was also used. So the truth is coming out and it will continue that to come out. Understand me? From day one, I have said this thing that I'm saying now. I'm not saying it new. From day one, I have been saying that Emefiele is under detention because he is geographically disadvantaged. Understand? Because according to CBN Act, the CBN governor is under the presidency, not the Minister of Finance. Every order he carries out must be approved by the president. So those that were castigating him, that want him killed, that want him to be crucified because he printed the new Naira note, has now seen that it was Buhari that ordered the printing. That Emefiele just obeyed the order. You see it? So this is a revelation, a very important one for those who have been using Emefiele as a scapegoat.
Would you expect this to take the case in a different direction? If you say this is now pointing people to the actual culprit.
This is the main case now. This is the main issue. Every other, because our law enforcement agencies are the best in the world in giving charges. They can give you 100 charges for one offense.
So
and none of them will not hold water.
Mr. Naska, I want you to remember that the
Binance executive, what happened? Binance executive that they accused for terrorism, tax evasion, this and this, what happened at the end of the day?
You recall that Jim Obaze was appointed as a special investigator to look into Emefiele's activities when he was governor of the CBN. So it's not just the Naira redesign case that is against him. Now that's not the charge against him.
Jim Obaze is worse than Emefiele.
That is up for contest.
Jim Obaze is worse than Emefiele.
I'm talking about his findings.
He was on the witch hunt.
Which is also part of the case against him.
He wants to look good before Tinubu so that his own sins.
For misappropriating 300 million.
He wants to look good before Tinubu so that his own sins will be forgiven. Understand me? So I said it before that Jim Obaze is the worst person to investigate this case.
Okay.
Because they say who must go to equity must go with clean hands. Jim Obaze, her hands are dirtier than that of Emefiele.
If it was someone else and they found the same thing, do you believe that the charges are strong enough?
Fine and good. If it's a credible person that did the investigation, fine and good.
I'm just pointing out that Naira redesign is not the only case against Emefiele. It might be one of the strongest,
That is the major case,
but it's not the only case against him.
Listen to me. Why is the major case is that they said that Naira design was against the presidential ambition of Tinubu. That's why it is the main case. Understand me? That is why it's the main case. That he redesigned the new Naira note to hurt Tinubu's ambition. That's the number one case. Every other thing is just addition. Understand me? So, from this, the case is going to die down. They accuse him of sponsoring Boko Haram, sponsoring IPOB. I asked, what will Emefiele gain by sponsoring IPOB? What will Emefiele gain by sponsoring Boko Haram? When a crime is committed, the first question that is always asked, what is the motive? Understand me? What is the motive? So he has no motive for that. Understand me? So even me sitting down here, some group have accused me of being a militant just to build up a strong story against me, that I'm a militant. Somebody from Abia State, Umwa here, is a militant. Understand? So that's what they always do. Look for things that will make a case that will start to sound strong. Understand me? So Nigerian police or Nigerian DSS can give you 1 million charges. At the end of the day, none will hold water.
All right, you're listening to the recap right here on the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocence. This is number one station that gives you a voice, and at 5 p.m. the phone lines will be open so you can share your opinions, your suggestions, and your sentiments on this topic with us. Regional government will break Nigeria and empower governors. This is a Primate Ayodele speaking, saying the regional government will break the unity of the country. A regional system of government will give governors too much power and it will not turn out well for the country. He said it will weaken the federal government. It will paralyze local government to place too much power in the hands of regional leaders who are governors. What's your take on that?
Ayodele, whatever is his name, is one of those... is one of the people that is keeping those who believe in him where they are. Understand me? Because right from time we have been calling for devolution of powers. Right from time we have been calling for devolution of powers. It is this unitary system that is being practiced under the disguise of presidential system. That's why we are suffering in this country. Understand? Because what we are practicing is not presidential system but unitary system. And for a long time we have been calling for devolution of powers. The power should go back to the states. Now Enugu has a coal, but Peter Mba, the governor of Enugu State, don't have any right to go and touch a piece of that coal, because it is in the exclusiveness of the federal government. Understand me? So, and for this...
Will this remain the same if Nigeria is regionalized?
If Nigeria is regionalized, there will be competition. Every governor will have the power to tap the resources in their own soil. The achievement that was made between 1960 and 1966 is more than what have been made from 1999 to 2014. Understand me? The achievement that Michael Okpara, Amadu Bello, Obafemi Awolowo were made within 1960 and 1966, when we have regions, that 6 years is more than what Tinubu to Obasanjo had made in 25 years. Which means the best government, the best solution we have in this country is going back to the regions. Because what we are practicing now is Almajiri system of government.
Which is defined as?
Which
is defined as?
At the end of every month, governors will go to Abuja and an allocation will be given to them.
And that is what you term an Almajiri
system of government. Does an Amajeri work hard? He doesn't, because he depends on other people for his food. Understand me? That's why our governors cannot think out of the box. Understand me? So what will bring competition in this country is going back to the regions.
Will that competition be healthy though?
If I'm doing my own thing, you are doing your own thing, it doesn't make. Because what is in my own soil is also in your own soil.
What about the issue of insecurity? Will it solve it?
Now, if there's regions in the country, if you have regions in the country, understand, powers will go back to the regions. Governors will be able to control, to some extent, the security in their area. As it is now, Alex Soti, the governor of Abia State, Fashionda cannot, Sangwondu cannot command a soldier in Lagos. Understand me? Alex Soti cannot command a soldier in Abia, because their order must come from the center. The commissioner of police in each of the states takes their order from the IGP, not from the governor of the state. So saying that state governors are in charge of security, they are not in charge of security. So the security vote, they are being given every month, just pocket money for them. Understand me? The security votes that governors are being given every month is just pocket money, because security still resides with the presidency. Understand me? But if we return to regions where the powers of the governors have been emboldened, understand me, they will try to be making use of those security votes because they are now in charge. But now governors are not in charge. Understand me? So what Ayodele is saying, I don't know. These are one of the guys that uses a prediction as prophecies. Understand me? Ayodele is one of those Nigerians. When they predict, they will say it is a prophecy that God has spoken. God doesn't talk to Ayodele. Understand me?
How would you know?
It is a prediction that, okay, Ayodele said that, told Hope Ozodinma that contesting a second term will be a waste of his money. Understand me? That there will be an alignment in Imo that will take over. Understand me? But what happened? Ozodinma won the 27 local governments in Imo State. Today, Ozodinma is still the governor. But Ayodele warned him, don't waste your money, don't contest. Ayodele told Obasani of Kaduna State that God said that you are not the governor, that the PDP person is going to be the governor. Obasani is the governor of Kaduna State. Ayodele told Peter Mba that he just wasting time in office, that Labour Party is coming to take over from him. Peter Mba is still there. Does God?
And he spoke all of this as prophecies, not due to his own political, would I say?
I say he predicts and take it as prophecies.
All right, because of our time, let's move forward. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We have quite a number of topics to run through before we have to open the phone lines. So just in case I don't open the phone lines early enough, forgive me in advance. Nigerians enjoy the cheapest electricity tariff in sub-Saharan Africa. This is according to Prime Minister Adebayo Adelabu. He disclosed this in Abuja at a public hearing organized by the House of Reps Joint Committee on Power, National Planning and Delegated Legislation. He also disclosed that the introduction of Band A with a higher tariff reduced electricity subsidies to 1 trillion naira from about 3 trillion naira. Now, I have a report before me, a graph actually detailing the amounts that countries in the world pay for electricity, and the Minister of Power is saying Nigeria pays one of the lowest in sub-Saharan Africa, right? The Nigerians rather enjoy the cheapest electricity tariff in sub-Saharan Africa. But looking at this graph that I have before me, we have Iran with $0.002, Syria with $0.003, Cuba with $0.006, Sudan, Ethiopia are paying the same thing, Libya $0.008, Kyrgyzstan with $0.013. Now this is like 13 cents, Angola 14 cents, Nigeria 15 cents, Iraq 15, Bhutan also the same price, Egypt $17, Argentina $20, Zambia $21, Burma $22. That's as far as I can go. Mr. Nosuke, these stats seem to, although this was electricity prices for September 2023, so I guess this chart needs to be updated.
So for me, when I talk, understand? So it's not that I have anything personal against the Tinubu administration, understand me? Tinubu did not kill my father. He did not take my land in the village, understand me? I have nothing personal against him, understand? But I hate it when people begin to deceive others, understand me? I hate it when people begin to deceive others. This is information age. Every information is in the internet, understand? This minister, he's one of the most incompetent in the Tinubu administration. Understand me? He is one of the most incompetent in the Tinubu administration. One, those that are listening that to us, if they check 100 countries with the cheapest private electricity, that's private. Understand me? Those that are not for business. Understand me? If they check the cheapest in the world, 100, Nigeria is number 85. Understand me? Nigeria is number 85 in the world. Understand? So then now when you come to commercial, understand? Nigeria is number 25, and the other countries all have incentives. The other countries in the world have incentives. Understand? They have rail systems. They have bus transports. Understand? And then some of in the commercial, those of them who employ people, government is giving them tax holidays, which means the electricity bill that they are paying are not affecting them. But here, some hotels are paying over 50 million naira a month. 30% of the earnings of businesses in Nigeria are being spent on electricity. How can you employ? How can you pay? Sheraton, the electricity was cut some time ago because of the bill that was given to them. Understand? They say that this is on the high side. Come to Airport Road. No hotel pays less than 30 million naira electricity bill.
Monthly or annually?
Monthly. Upon that, they still buy diesel. Understand me? Upon that, they still buy diesel. So over 30% of what's supposed to be their earnings goes into power consumption. Understand? So the minister is a liar. I want to put it straight.
In saying that Nigerians enjoy some of the cheapest electricity in
He's a liar.
Sub-Saharan Africa.
Very big one. You read it out there. And those who are listening to us can also check it. Understand me? I said, if you Google it, you see it. I said, private consumption, Nigeria is number 85. Commercial, Nigeria is number 25. So saying that Nigeria is the cheapest is false.
Can we just say it as misinformation, or he didn't get his facts
It's
right?
lying.
Okay, because of our time, we need to move very, very fast to the very next topic. We'll still talk about this, but we need to open the phone lines as we've promised that we'll do at 5 p.m. If we share Anambra monthly revenues, nobody will get up to 2,500 naira. This is according to Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Charles Soludo. If all the earnings are shared individually with the residents of the state, nobody will get up to 2,500. As a person, for example, this is the governor speaking, and I'm quoting him verbatim. I deeply feel the pains of Nigerians at these challenging times, especially the over 100 million Nigerians who are multi-dimensionally poor. Times are hard. Do you believe that any politician at all in this country actually feels the pain of the masses?
Some do feel.
They do feel, as in the experience.
I say some do feel. Wait, I don't paint everybody with the same brush. I don't do that. So there are some politicians who are not happy with the way the country is going, but they are very, very few. There are some who have not sold their soul to the devil, but they are very, very few. Understand me? So the issue, if you read that story very well, he was talking about the minimum wage. Understand? He was talking about the minimum wage, and that Saturday somebody warned me on air that I should be careful. Understand me? Some people are misunderstanding what this minimum wage means. Minimum wage, that 250,000 that they are talking about, is for those in grade level 01. Understand me? Is for those who are in grade level 01. And if somebody in grade level 01 should be earning 250,000 naira, it means that those in 14, 15 will be earning millions. Understand? Then NYSC people will also be earning 250,000. And you think that our country will still be the same? It cannot. It cannot. So for me, what Soludo is saying, 99% of Nigerians will oppose it. They will say that he has all the money in the world that to pay. Understand? But if you have 1 million naira and you share it among 100 people, how much will each get?
So at the end of the day, it's still a small fraction.
Understand me?
Not much. So
that's why I say, one, Nigerians currently are receiving starvation wage. Understand me? That's why I say that it will take a Nigerian worker 2.5 months to buy a bag of rice. Understand me? But in making the demands, we should be realistic. And I believe that, and I'll keep on saying it, that 250,000 is minimum wage. That's for those in grade level 01. Is too much. That if Labour and the federal government can agree on 100,000, for now, it's okay. Understand me? I have said it over and over, and I'll keep on saying it. Yep. So you cannot just accept what you cannot pay. It doesn't make sense. And the truth is that some very senior civil servants, apart from their corruption, earns almost like the senators. But they live in pretense. They don't drive big cars. Understand? So people will think that they are starving. Some senior civil servants earn as much as those in the National Assembly. So we should be realistic. Look, corruption in anywhere in the world favors only two people: civil servants, politicians. Corruption anywhere in the world favors only two people: civil servants, politicians. It doesn't favor business owners. It doesn't favor those in the private sector. They are the ones that bear the brunt of corruption. Understand? So we should be realistic in our demands. So if you have the resources, you want to pay well. Understand? But you are not in government just for paying salaries alone. There are going to be other things that you need the resources to do. So that's my take.
All right, you're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm your host. My name is Chioma Innocent. The voice you've been hearing belongs to Mr. Peter Anoske, development economist, acclaimed author, as well as political, social, and national affairs analyst. It's time for me to open the phone lines for your calls to come in. But before I take this calls, let's have an agreement, okay? First up, you have to keep it civil, keep it polite, and make sure that whatever you're sharing is facts and facts only. On that note, the phone lines are open. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. Again, it's 0700 903 903 903. If you'd rather send a message on WhatsApp, chat us up, or even call in on WhatsApp, it's 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. You are my first caller for the day. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. 903. Again,
hello, good evening.
Hi, can you hear me? Hello, are you there? All right. You might have to give me a call back, okay? You just might have to give me a call back. Hello, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm here.
Welcome to the recap. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, Chama, good evening. This is Joval.
Joval.
Good evening to Mr. Peter. Yes.
He can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Peter Anosike, I greet you, sir.
He can hear you.
All right. Immediately he reeled out this electricity thing. I went to verify it. In fact, Nigeria is not on the list of the cheapest in electricity anywhere. So if he says that the minister is lying, I think he will be right. Because as a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you are not supposed to come and emphatically say that Nigerians are the cheapest in electricity when you have verified. Hello?
I'm with
Can
you.
you hear
I'm
me?
with you. I'm with you.
You cannot come and emphatically say in the open that Nigerians are the cheapest in electricity when you have not verified it at all. You will be seeing countries like Angola, Uzbekistan in Africa. In fact, you will read almost more than how many countries Nigeria is not making that list. So how will the minister come and say that Nigerians are paying the cheapest? That's a lie. I'm supporting that comment he made. If the minister meant to say that we are the cheapest, it should be the truth. Even when it's verified anywhere, it should be the truth. So I think these people who are running this country, they are taking Nigerians for granted. And it is simply because Nigerians have remained as quiet as a sheep, the sheep that is so quiet amongst all the animals and obeying the rules and regulations. So it is not correct for the minister to deceive Nigerians. There are so many other things that he said which I would have loved to chime in into. But I think Mr. Peter Anosike is on point this evening, please.
Thank you, Mr. Joval, for calling. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Remember to keep it civil, keep it polite, make sure whatever you're sharing is a fact. All right, 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Good evening.
What's your name and location?
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Ladifo Market.
Welcome, Samuel. Let's hear from you quickly.
This is the first time joining you on your program.
Oh, thank you so much for calling. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's
I'm
hear from
always
you.
your fan.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
not listening to you. I listen to you almost almost of the program, sir. But what my contribution this evening is that this government of this our president, is taking an fair example. Likewise, like the last caller said, is not on the line. Even a minister to come out and say that we are the most cheapest among the electricity payments for the Nigeria, and people verifying that it's that. If let me talk. Even if it's the government work, and that minister be there lying, later find out it's a lie. All these things they are just doing people for this Nigeria. So I'm not happy. People are not happy. If you are going to the street, if you see how ordinary Nigerian man, small thing, he just anger, not knowing what is making the face is anger. Everywhere is anger. If he not, oh my God. So to summarize of all these things, let them lead as an example as people this state. They should be telling us a story. There's no need to tell us to we understand them. Then they are put there to correct some mistakes, to provide our needs. They don't need to give us reason. They should lead as an example.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your call. I really appreciate it. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Remy, good evening.
Hi, Joma.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
Great to hear from you. I'm well. Let's hear from you quickly.
Greetings to Mr. Peter.
He can hear you.
Yeah. Tinubu's appointees are his reflection, if I'm to say. It's over a year. Aside from few of them, even all of them put together, even the one who seemed to be different, the Minister of Interior, his own answer were found in the cookie jars, and is here to even be, sanctioned. That is by the way.
Are you there, Remy? Oh dear, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
What's your name and location,
Yeah,
please?
good evening. My name is Chidi. I'm calling from Mafoloku.
Welcome, Chidi. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program and I appreciate your guest there, and it's been wonderful in his presentation. The real truth is we've not been telling ourselves the truth in this country. And again, they've bastardized the youth. They divide us across ethnic lines, and the politicians hijack the entire system. And that is why the country is where it is. We will not make any headway so long as the youth see themselves divided amongst the ethnic groups. That's one. Those who are leading us are not real. They are not being real to themselves. You understand? They tell us lies, and we accept it. And because they have divided, that is why they get away with all these things. So many countries have moved away from these things. Tunisia were there before, but today you can't go to Tunisia as a president and tell them anything. They will accept it. Egypt we saw. But they kept dealing with us because they divided us among ethnic divides. And that's why the country is struggling. Giants in the mouth. The president, we know, everybody knows he has nothing to offer. And but my happiness is that everybody is suffering it. How long? And people are dying of hunger every day. So what do? Let them wake up. The young people need to wake up. The youth need to wake up and push these people out of it, and they remove their president. I think they don't know what to do because they are not real. You are real, you know what to do. So I don't know what to do. I want to appreciate your guest. He has told us the truth. And for those who want to hear and listen, our people appreciate lies, and that is why the country kept struggling. Any foundation built on lies will not stand.
Thank you so
That's why
much.
the country is struggling.
Thank you.
So I don't know. We need to call on the young persons. The young Nigerians should wake up if we want this country to work. Young Nigerians should wake up and confront these leaders headlong. The only problem, what minimum wage of 62,000. What is 62,000? A bag of rice about 71,000. Are you saying a worker will not even buy rice for 3 months? He will not pay electricity bills? They increased the salary of a CGN by 300%. And they're struggling to even up 62,000. What is 62,000?
Thank you so much.
Of what? I mean, where are we going to start?
Thank you.
A whole lot of mess. This APC government is rubbish, I tell you.
0700 903 903 903. Thank you for holding on. Good evening.
Good evening, Elson. Okay, sure, my sorry.
What's your name and location, please?
Austin from Nebeda.
Welcome, Austin. Let's hear from you in a minute.
Please, I want to comment Oga Anosike. He has speaking almost everything. He's getting everything right. The problem is that our leaders don't have our Nigerian masses in their mind. They're only selfish, only their own. Can't our president copy what Senegalese president, this young man that was elected? You have some measures to make sure that I bring the price of food stuff down. They don't copy good things. That's their problem. They're only copying bad things. And now they want to buy another 2 jets. While Nigeria is dying in hunger. Are they thinking about the future of Nigerian youth and the Nigerian children? Are they thinking about that? Please, if they don't know what to do, make them resign. If not, the youth will enter road, will enter streets. We are not happy. There's hungry is killing people. And I want to buy another presidential jet. What are they traveling outside to go and do? Why can't they say Nigeria and make Nigeria work? What are they doing with money? Nigeria.
Oh dear, give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
I'm so happy to do my call. Good afternoon, happy weekend.
Happy weekend. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Good News. I'm from Akwai in Lagos.
Welcome, Good News. Let's hear from you in a minute.
Please. Oh, I want to say something. I hear this thing and cry. You see the promise where our president will promise us. He promise to come and buy a private jet. How more than go to buy 2 private jets? For people, people is hungry. Look, enter village, enter hospital. Now, you could see people. The teacher is begging for your small change. Money we know this cannot, but teacher is begging for them try to come and buy jet. What happened to the one where we get? If it's the one where we can now, good. Why they no sell the old one after the cut off for the studio? Why they no sell that old one? And they buy new one. Then the one go and buy two private jets now. For people and suffer. You see the problem where then they promise us. And they promise us. You see the problem where Nigeria have now. Look at fuel. How much for fuel now? Look at beans. 1,000 then I cannot buy 2 cups of beans. Now I'm coming to you. How much for rice now? But they try to come and buy private jets. Go to Airbus. Our people say, I don't want to go to the order. Anything where them do, make them do. Who should for inside water? If your family knows.
Okay. You can't use that word on radio. All right. But thank you. I hear you loud and clear. I can't imagine. Thank you for calling though and for expressing your displeasure. Thank you for holding on, Remy. Good evening.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Anyone who is cynical about Nigeria as it is today is not thinking. As bad as I lived through Babangida and Abacha's era. As bad as things were, there was never a time people were using cucumber in place of tomato to cook stew. During Abacha years, there was the Abacha stove and all that, but things weren't that bad that ordinary pepper, tomato, people are now using something else as in to replace it. You know, when you push people to the wall, they will face you. But Nigerians are not like that. When you push Nigerians to the wall, that one will become elastic. They will push the wall back instead of facing the problem the way it is. Things are so bad, but we have leaders who are planning to buy an airplane for our president, who told us that we should cut our coat according to our size a few days ago. They don't take us so serious. And that is how an average politicians think about the people. Between January and March, according to report, 3 people, Tinubu, his wife, and Shetima, spent over 8.6 billion naira on traveling only. How much was budgeted for student loan? When these 2 people expended just 8.something billion naira on traveling only, and we think we can get governance right, we can't. There are laws governing this nature, this life we're living in. So the moment you distort that law of nature, you can't get things right. They are busy wasting our money, and they understand we can't do anything to them. Very soon, the Alulia boys will call into this show and support them. They understand people will support whatever step they take. But it's going to tell, in the next 3 years, you will get to realize that you're going to say it's no be fun. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Remy, for calling 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be part of the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up on WhatsApp. It's 0817 175 6338. Good evening. Welcome to the recap. Are you there?
I'm going to see to good evening, sir.
He can hear you.
I'm going to look at the talk from maybe.
Welcome, Nemeka. Let's hear from you in 1 minute.
Choma, it is including the current government, APC government. After all go with Nigeria.
What does that mean? Translate for us now, Nemeka.
What I mean is this: the APC government has turned itself a white man dead body in our hand. When we carry them up, they go say no. We won't bring them down, they go say no. When we hold them for our hand, when our hand go pain us, we go drop them for ground anyhow. That is what will happen. We are hungry in this country. Raw food, Gari is 800 naira. Rice is 1.6. And you people are budgeting to buy a new private jet. Let me give you information, my dear sister. As they bring this in for house, they have already purchased it. They already bought it, if you don't know. Let me show them tell us for the app. Before we see, they don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? I'm happy for all the whole Nigeria to be facing this because we ordered this for ourselves. As a citizen, we can't ask questions. We can't say this is what we want or this is what we don't need. And we talk we move in our own land. Now, some will remember we forever. That one apart. And they make the issue. The time when they run to pay the debt. The credit where they are the whole, they force themselves to pay that debt. Now he's paying it. They give you order to print money, print units, now you weigh the cash. So this is a sign given to other people that is forcing. For people like the video Y that is forcing to pay through bill on today.
Thank you. Thank you, Nemeka.
Your family. So what I'm trying to get to the Nigeria is this. We will decide to be moving in our own land and we will remain move forever. That is one. And this, what they call them, this energy minister, he can take whatever he talk. But the more he talk, the more he show that the more he show is he competent for that work we will give him. He don't see that work. So make you remember one day he go see say he notice the deal. The whole Nigeria will come after him. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Nemeka, for calling 0700 903 903 903. Again, remember to keep it polite, keep it civil, and be factual. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Shoma.
What's your name and location, please?
For real, I'm one of the Festac.
Your name is For Real.
Yes.
Welcome.
From Festac.
Welcome, For Real. Let's hear from you in 1 minute.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Adosuke. Well done, sir.
He can hear you.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, he's
okay then. He's the man of the if the man of the year himself and Vice Darlington. I'm giving them by the end of this year. They are too much. And so what I'm saying, what I want to say is that And that Bayo Ononiga, what is his name? That power minister.
Nope.
And that man sometimes.
Adelabu, don't blame the wrong person.
I don't want to even know his name, but I don't.
You
know
have
what I'm
to
talking
know
about.
he's a minister of the Federal Republic, so you have to know his name.
Yes, fine. Then he should behave more like a minister too. So what I want to say is that he is saying that Nigeria is paying the cheapest power fee or rate or whatever. Fine. Okay, let's assume now that it's correct. Or I've checked it. I've checked what the Canadian thing. But the was very, in fact, it's very, very correct. So okay, now let's assume that this man really is saying the truth, that we are consuming the cheapest power. Okay, but is he not ashamed to say it? Must we always be last in everything in this world? With our numerous oil, with our natural resources, our human resources, are we not supposed to be in instead the one of the best country in the world? So we pay cheap electricity. Is it a big thing that we carry around for? And now the reverse the case of what he said. You see, all these things they are doing, we all know what's going on. And we cannot continue like this, so they should just know now. Because a time will come, this thing may boomerang against them. While they have boys that will come and disrupt us or whatever, we are ready for them. We can use law against them. We can use anything against them. Come that time that it will happen. But what I would advise my masses, the good people of Nigeria, is that I beg everybody to calm down and let's just give them under 1 year. So if this thing repeats itself again, we should all come out a mass and go and protest. Everybody from all locations. Let's just calm down now and just give them. In fact, let's just disturb them again. Let's not distract them. Let's just give them under 12 months, 365 days. Let's see what will happen. Because I don't see a reason why they keep coming out every day with different kind of propaganda. You people, you tell us that our money with you that you are managing is not enough. It's very scanty. But you'll be spending frivolously. You'll be spending lavishly. So why going to buy private jets? Are they not flying to the part of the country? Can the president enters a commercial flight? Is he bigger than other top countries that are president? Is he? It's not. The answer is no.
Okay.
So why can't they live by example? Yes. Why can't they for once live by example?
Thank you so much.
Why can't they live by example? It's absurd though, beyond human reasoning. You see, anything that will deceive us, that's where they always kind of shoulder up. But anything that will deceive them, the bigger shoulder, which is in any sense, which is not good. You see, you keep spending money for previous things, but try to help the masses. Okay, this man, Tinubu and his wife, and someone just said that spent 8.6 billion naira. Only the three of them. Are they more Nigerian than us?
On what?
On transportation. Of flight. So are just the three of them bigger than the whole of Nigeria? The answer is no. So it's high time they should be trying to rearrange themselves. We are not Nigerians are facing people. Even though they are killing us, we will be watching at you.
Thank you.
But the day will come back. So let's just give them 1 year to 305 days and see what happens. I beg my fellow Nigerians, let's just give them 1 year. I'm for real, I'm speaking now. Let's just give them 1 year. If they fail, I pray that they succeed. I pray that they do well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening, Chairman.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Hello, this is Kelechi from Oshodi.
Welcome, Kelechi. Let's hear from you in 1 minute.
So, the issue on the guns, let me just chip out. He said all these people, they don't know what they are doing there. They're just confusing the player of the system. If they can go and change the presidential this thing, they can go and change it. I just leave.
Hello, are you there? Give me a call back 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Chioma.
Good evening, Monday. How are you today? Happy weekend.
Fine. Thank God.
Let's hear from you in 1 minute. You're welcome. Let's hear from you in 1 minute.
You see, these people, they are hearing all what you are saying. They are cowards. They cannot do anything. That is why masses are crying, lamenting every day. They are listening, but they cannot do anything. As Peter Notsike said that they are demons from pit of hell. Take me back to the military time. Maybe we are celebrating Abiola.
Monday. Keep it polite and keep it civil, all right?
Thank you. But what I'm trying to say, during the military time, all things is not like this. There is a rule of law now. There is a rule of law and that guides all the governance. But now everything, they just remove it and take it to themselves. They don't care for the masses. They don't care for the upright. They don't even care for the old ones. We have hospitals, we have infrastructure, we have factories, companies, and agriculture. Nothing is working. And you tell me it's one Nigeria and it's giant of Africa. Look at what happened. They cannot celebrate June 12th. They cannot celebrate it because they know what they are doing, because they have failed. And I believe that this 2027, they are cooking up what they will make people to for them. But it will not work because this is more than 1 year they are in power. Tell me what Bola Ahmed has spoken. And you have not spoken everything that have meaning. You have not even talked to Nigeria. May God just make him to not be alive first.
Monday, you cannot say that. All right? You cannot say that. Please. I said let's have an agreement. Keep it polite, keep it civil. Do you know what you just said? Please don't wish that to our president or our president. Don't do that, okay? No jokes. Please do not do that. If you will not keep it polite, don't keep it civil. Just keep listening, all right? Thank you. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. I understand that tensions are high. Things are expensive. Trust me, even me that I'm talking on the mic, I'm experiencing it. Everyone is experiencing it. Transport is expensive, food is expensive. We know, okay, but please keep it civil, all right? 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the
I'm calling from
Good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is
Sir?
Yeah.
Go ahead with your
I'm calling
opinion.
from Aja. I want to deliver one message. What I can say is that if you look at our governor, brother, they call it brother, triple brother. It's going to make us to be happy. And this increment is not every day. And this increment should be once for 8 months or more than that.
Increment in what?
And what's happened? And what?
Are you there? What increment are you talking about? It seems we are talking about, we are talking about different topics. All right, 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and location, please? Welcome, Sugar. Let's hear from you in a minute.
My contribution is, I just want to correct a notion. From what we are seeing, it is not because Emefiele is geographically disadvantaged. That's just what I want to correct. If you check the pattern from Obasanjo's time, all these presidents usually have some people, though if you call it wish hunting, I agree, but not geographically disadvantaged. During Obasanjo's time, he dealt with Tafa Balogun. Tafa Balogun was from his side. He's a Yoruba man. Even during Buhari, he dealt with some people. Zaki was almost in prison throughout his time. And another person was there, Sambo Dasuki also, that was in prison throughout his time. We all know that Emefiele's offense was because he did that cash crunch issue to make sure that Tinubu did not win. So if Tinubu is now trying to revenge, let's call it that way, but don't say it is because it's geographically disadvantaged.
Thank you.
If you call it wish, right. So that's what I just want to clear.
Thank you, Sugar. Thank you so mumuch, Sugar. Keep listening to the recap. Ms. Anoske has something to say about that.
I want to react to what he said.
Okay, go ahead.
The El Zazaki that he talked about. One, El Zazaki belonged to the Shiite part of Muslim. Buhari is a Sunni. Understand me? El Rufai is a Sunni. Understand me? So they are not in the same part of Muslim organization. So El Zazaki is like a stranger. Understand me? El Zazaki is like a stranger. So he is not on the same page with El Rufai and Buhari. Understand me? Then on the issue of Dasuki Sambu, if the guy who spoke knows history, he should know that in 1985, it was Dasuki Sambu as a colonel that arrested Buhari and snapped him. Understand me? So Buhari was revenging on what happened in 1985.
All of this is to say that you are standing on the fact that the MFA
his biggest offense has been geographically disadvantaged.
All right, let's move on in the conversation. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. I think we'll take 2 to 3 more calls and we'll call it an evening. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Okay,
welcome. I didn't get your name.
Neka.
Welcome, Neka. Let's hear from you in a minute.
Okay. Let me talk about the gate.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, the gate, those gates have been bought. They have been bought. They have been bought before they are telling us now. That my brother Anosike there, his bread is smoking hot. It's smoking smoke. So wait on my sister.
Thank you, Neka, for your call. 0700 903 903 903. 2 more calls. I will call it an evening so we can take your messages. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Hello there. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hello, are you there? All right, give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the conversation. What's your name and location, please?
Hello. Good evening, Chama.
Good evening. What's your name and location?
Right. This C2 calling from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Welcome, C2. Let's hear from you in a minute.
Right. I agree with my father there in the studio, Mazan Sika.
He can hear you.
Right. Chama, the last second to the last caller that said that Tinubu is punishing MFL just because he didn't. The reason why he changed the money, it was because he doesn't want Tinubu to win the election. That was fallacy. I didn't agree by that. That's fallacy. What I agree on is what exactly MFL knows exactly the reason why he was being punished, and MFL cannot sign anything without the authorization of Buhari. Anybody that will come here and say that MFL authorized everything on his own, even at a point they accuse him that he doctored the Buhari signature. That was a lie. That was a fallacy. Anything you see MFL did today was authorized by Buhari. That was how it does in Nigeria. That one, let's put that one by the side. The second one is Nigeria have the golden opportunity I have been looking for since after the military regime. NSAS could have could have taken their country back, which the African countries have done it. The youth to take their country back and negotiate how they want to live. They have the opportunity on NSAS to take their country and drive away these people that has been killing them, impoverishing them, imprisoning them, and in type of inhuman. But they bring tribalism on it. The tribalism destroy the NSAS. Some people say that some part of the country want to destroy some, they bring even the religions, this is how NSAS that give them the golden opportunity to to drive away. Even some of them have already left the country. Some of them have already been left in the country. What happened? Tribalism come into it, and the answers opportunity died. Even up to today, some of these innocent boys and women are still languishing in every prison in that country. These are innocent Nigerians coming out to demand for good, better life, demand for police and SARS to stop killing them. What is their reward? They are still in prison today. Languishing. These are, let's do this thing. Madam Patient, that woman, very nice woman, I love that woman. So he said there is God, though. But these politicians, I see them like demons. They are more than demons.
Thank you, Mr. C2. Thank you so much for your call. We'll take a final call, and that will be all for today. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Victor. I'm calling from Mushin.
Welcome, Mr. Victor. Let's hear from you in 1 minute, please.
From all what you just said and the analysis done by Uncle Pira is 100% correct. The to say to end this program is that God saved Nigeria. God rescued it. God should deliver us. Everything from A to Z since 1914 is getting bad. So what we should continue to pray for is that God should put the water of mercy or help into our leaders who are ruling us from 1914 up to today. Since everything is like this, we should call on God and cry to Him to rescue us. So I thank your station is the station of the masses, of the VOPs, of the voice of the people. So that we won't continue like this, so that we can have free mind. Because what they are doing is not okay to me. That's my own personal opinion. God has endowed us, has blessed us in all ramifications, but those who are leading us badly. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much for your call, and that's all we can take on today's episode of the recap. Right now, we'll proceed to take your comments on YouTube and your messages on our WhatsApp line, beginning, of course, from YouTube. We have Jeff saying, "Good afternoon, my people." Hello, Jeff. IK Umu here says, Nigeria cannot maintain aircraft, just like everything else. Buying more aircraft would not solve the problem. Training skilled technicians to maintain their fleet would be the best way to go. Oga404 says, okay, Jessica Obina, you people are funny. Are we? Gwenman, nonsense and bigotry analysis from Anosike. Gwenman is better, I do not from the south. Gwenman also says Anosike is only bitter because your tribesman is not in power. Immediately Jonathan was kicked out, Southeast people started shouting marginalization. Bayo Jagade says, is this station only against the ruling party? I'm a good listener, don't get me wrong, but I'm just tired of the same tribe. Calling, abusing our president is all wrong. If you say you're a good listener, then you must have heard that different tribes and those tribes and tongues may differ. The different tribes and tongues did call in today, and not just today, but every day. Okay. All right. We have one more comment here. KK Gold says, "I greet you respectfully, Mr. Anosike and Choma. You're doing well. Keep it up." KK Gold from Mafoluku Oshodi. Thank you, KK Gold. Let's move on over to WhatsApp. Evening, Choma and Mr. Anosike. Choma, I hope you are enjoying the heat from your president's kitchen. You can see that the government priority is to increase salaries of the judiciary, unlike civil servants paying them peanuts. Consider the nightmare they've put Nigerians into. 90 billion for pilgrimage, for loyalty of some people. This is corruption. Thank you. I believe this is from Dio from Fagba. Now this message, I found it quite profound. Good evening, Madam Chioma and your guest. My name is Chinedu from Alaba International. There's one thing I want you to know. If you be man or woman and you talk too much in a family, place of work, or anywhere you found yourself, you are going to lose your respect. We talk too much, and they've known our weak point. Even when social media is not as popular as it is now, people take action more than these days. When they tell you people that you go explain tire, what do you expect? Until Nigerians wake up from sleep, they will continue to do the worst to us. Wake up, Nigerians. You want to say something about that?
No, I want to say the person that said that Anosike is bitter because his people that was kicked out of power in 2015. Understand? His own people who are ruling now, are they living better than my own people? Is the standard of living of his own people better than that of my own people? So what they are doing is suffering and smiling. What they are doing is suffering and smiling.
And that's all you have to say. Moving on, we're still taking messages on WhatsApp. Good morning. Where did you say good morning by 5:33 p.m.? Nnamdi Kanu, Prince Ayotek. Sister Choma, Mr. Peter Anoske, as far as I'm concerned, Emefiele is reaping what he sows. Do you know how many people that die as a result of Naira redesign? How many people that lost their dear ones? Mr. President is planning to buy 2 private jets when people are dying of hunger. APC don't have us in mind. These are people that fought for democracy alongside MKO. Does MKO, you and I know, have this kind of mind? They can't even pay workers 250k as minimum wage. Very soon, they will leave power and face reality. Please let them release Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. Evening, Choma. I don't know why you are editing my message. I want to ask, are we in democracy or autocracy? When you put water in a basket, what will be the result? The question is for this government, what has people benefited? 1 year of nightmare, insecurity has turned the country into a gangster paradise. Economic disaster, poverty, increase of school fees, brought about failure of students, WAEC and JAMB, illiteracy, agberoism, banditry and Yahoo boys. No power. That has made private companies to jackpot, SMEs shut down, doctors and other professionals too has left in thousands. Is this governance with this Bala Blue Bulava? Blessed are those who do not expect, for they shall not be disappointed. It is a shame that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. Dio from Fagba, I've read all your message. Are you happy? Thank you for your message. I am Yoruba Pure Line, and I condemn the policies of the current administration. The effect cuts across. Simisola from Isolo, Lagos. Okay. Another good morning, Sister Chioma. Good morning by this time.
No,
How now?
It could be from the United States.
This number is it's +234. Good evening. It's Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town, Lagos. About minimum wage. Media should let public know that minimum wage is for level 1. Step 1, with allowance level 1 will collect up to 180,000 per month. Media should educate the innocent people. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, Chairman, Mr. Noske. Well done. You're doing great. And the comment of the Minister of Power, the Nigerians pay the least energy bill. It's a pure lie. I was on a branch of a courier company on Lagos Island last week to post a parcel, and they were on generator all through. There was serious heat. The front desk said that a coal distribution company gave them a bill of 10 million naira a month. Can you imagine? On Emefiele's case, can Buhari be invited for explanations? Tinubu's administration has presently constituted can only be linked to John 10:10 in the scripture. The government has nothing to offer. Nigerians, rise up and reclaim your country from captivity. Mayor in Lagos. Ministers and the politicians are quick to... Okay. Your message is refusing to open. Or why? Why? Your message is totally refusing to open. Okay, finally, ministers and politicians are quick to compare Nigeria with other countries when it comes to fuel price or light bill and certain situations that suit their fraudulent narrative to justify ineptitude. They would never compare with countries who take past president or son of current president to court. They would never compare with countries who don't spend frivolously but sentences political criminals to jail and death. For example, on June 12th, the morning show with Cordelia, Mr. Gbenga Omoto show lied saying Google, Facebook and Microsoft is coming to Lagos. Meanwhile, Microsoft has left Nigeria, leaving employees stranded in the land of hopelessness. Not to digress, Chioma. Your guest called it a myth that, okay. Nope. This was about the morning show. But thank you for your message. I really appreciate your writing in and thank you for listening. You're still listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and we're taking your messages. We are no longer taking calls, all right? Thank you so much. Shama, I commend you for always gives opposing views sense of belonging with your follow-up question to your guests, and this has prevented the program from being a one-way traffic. Well done. All of us can't sleep and face the same direction because we're not under military rule. This country belongs to all of us. Nobody should classify his or her opinion as superior. We are all patriotic Nigerians. Olu from Badagry. Thank you, Olu. Good evening, Choma. When I saw All right. We're having issues with the overload of messages. The system can't take it and it's taking time to open. But yes, rest assured that all of your messages will be taken this evening. Good evening, Mr. Nosike and the chairman. President should jet a white elephant project. Ouch. FG, like tortoise, told Nigerians to tighten their purse strings because of the economic challenges, and they naively complied. But the FG deceitfully loosened its purse strings. The president advised purchasing new jets in this economic wahala is a white elephant project. If they don't find any among the 10 presidential feel it airworthy, they should dispose them, use the proceeds to buy just one jet for the time being, use the remaining revenue from the proceeds to make our roads roadworthy, facilitate the revamping of our refineries, and upgrade our national grid, which are top priority for now and imperative to invest in for all and sundry to benefit from. Chisco from Ijegun, Ijagemo, Jagajaga Road. Good evening, Chairman. Mr. Peter Anaske, my greetings to you. The proposal new jet for Vice President is what NLC should hold against the federal government. They don't have the masses at heart. Nigerians should resist. Thanks. Daniel from Oshodi. Okay, Daniel, thank you for your message. Much appreciated. What the former APC chieftain said is pure truth, that his former party can win election without rigging. That's how they grabbed power in 2015, 19, and 2023 from Iwoha, Ike Chuku. Okay, good evening. Good evening, sister. Okay. Good evening, sister. Mr. Noske has nailed it all. We run an Almajiri kind of government. However, anyone who opposes devolution of power in this country, considering the happenings, is a true enemy of Nigeria. On freedom, Tinubu once sponsored protest and did protest a lot, so he should release all those in unlawful detention. This is for real. Good evening, it's Adeyemi Kamaru from Satellite Town, Lagos. How can Gary not go up when every available land in the southeast, southwest, south is becoming site for real estate developers? Good evening, Chairman. I'm so surprised how some people reason over this Emefiele matter. How on earth will someone say that Emefiele should be punished for suffering Nigerians with Naira redesign? They fail to take it to their score that the CBN governor cannot make decisions without the president giving his consent. TC from Ojo. Good evening, Chairman. When I saw ex-governor, now Senator Abdulaziz Yari from Zamfara State, fly his mother on private jet to Hajj, I really pity our lazy Nigerians who have chosen to be quiet. But Harcourt from Iba. Please, Mr. Peter Noske, how much will it cost to fly a private jet? Mr. Noske, are you an aviation expert? All right, thank you for your message. You didn't tell me your name. All right, next time, just let me know your name. This is a Yoruba man. This government is not doing well, period. Yoruba man, you could have told me your name. All right, so I will know it's you. But then we've come to the end of today's program. Unfortunately, we want to go further, but we cannot go further due to time constraints. Mr. Naske, I would ask you to give us your final submission on each topic we've discussed today, and of course the comments as well.
Well, for me, I want to start by saying that those detained because of NSAS need to be released and even compensation paid, because they were fighting for the good of the country. Those that were detained for as a result of NSAS are even heroes of our democracy, because it was not a selfish fight. Understand? They were under SARS did not kill them, so they were protesting because of those that SARS has killed. So they did nothing wrong. So I am standing here condemning that the presidency should release them and compensate them. Then on the issue of the private jet, there will be nothing wrong if our president flies commercial. Presidents in different countries of the world are doing that. This to show that you really know that your people are suffering. Understand me? So it shouldn't be our priority at this point in time. Then for the APC, former APC chieftain who said that APC cannot win an election without rigging, that's a fact. Because there's hunger everywhere in the country, unless you like suffering. Because you cannot be doing the same thing and expect a different result. So since we continue with APC, we are going to be having the same suffering result. Understand? Then the Adenda Buddha, the power minister. This is the guy that says that the reason why that our people leave their freezers and air conditions on. But most people are using the prepaid meters. So whoever leaves his air condition or freezer on is doing himself. Understand me? It is him that is going to pay all the bill. So, but he is, and this guy now want to be governor of your state in 2027. Adenabu is scheming to take over from Sheyi Makinde in 2027. So all your people should know what is coming to them in 2027 and begin from now to reject him. It is very, very important that they should keep their eye open on what this minister is doing. And once he becomes governor, it's going to be worse.
All right, our time is fast spent and we need to go. You have been listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I want to thank you for joining us on today's program. I believe you've been educated, enlightened, and of course you've learned new information. My name is Chama Innocent. Until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, make sure to do the little that you can to make Nigeria better. We can't leave it all to the government. Do your best, do the little that you can to put a smile on someone's face. We know it's hard out there. And also, cholera is outside. There's a cholera outbreak in the country right now, not just in Lagos and Zamfara and Delta, in so many states. Please make sure to boil your water before drinking. Make sure to eat your food hot. Don't burn your mouth, but yes, try to eat your food hot. Make sure to wash your hands and sanitize, and try to get an oral rehydration solution. You can get it at the pharmacy closest to you, an oral rehydration solution. If you cannot get it, a quick one would be to mix I think 6 level tablespoons of sugar with half level tablespoon of salt and water. All right, that makes for a good ORS. If there's anyone around you suffering from the effects of cholera, you can see it when the person is having diarrhea and throwing up at the same time. Just make sure that you get them to a hospital quickly and make sure that you drink water. In this period, drink enough water. Try to avoid as much filth as you can, and really that's it. Hopefully we don't get affected. Thank you so much for listening, and bye for now. You can find Mr. Peter Anosike on Instagram at Peter Anosike77. You can find him on YouTube at Peter Anosike. You can find me on Instagram at _the Radio Girl. Bye for now.